Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the link. My name is Nick with NorCal Rod and Reel, and today I'm going to deviate a little bit from our fishing videos and talk to you guys about how to remove the factory crossbars on a 5th gen 4Runner, because there's really nothing out there that I saw that would be helpful to do this. There's a bunch of different PDFs and things online that you can look for, but most of the tips are really just to take off your side rack over here. And there's nothing that really shows you how to take off these crossbars that I've been able to find. So I left this front one on because I'm going to show you guys how exactly. It's super easy, but I do want to talk about, because I already removed the back, some of the mechanics on where to start. Okay, so the first thing, and I'll grab this for illustrative purposes, if we can talk. So on these factory side rails, okay, this back plate over here, okay, normally sits just like that, right? So we're gonna pop this off. It's super easy to take off, but as you can see underneath, there's a connection point right here, right here, right here, and right here. So as this sits, what we're gonna do is I'll show you. All you have to do is take a microfiber cloth, okay, and I just situated it right here. It's rubberized underneath here as the cushion, okay, also to protect the paint. And all you do is you just put, a flathead screwdriver right underneath here until you kind of find where that connection point is, and you just lift just a tiny bit. These things, they just pop right off. On the back, this will get stuck. All you have to do is just pull, just be gentle, because obviously you don't want to break it, and that will just pop right off, okay? So that's the first part that you're gonna have to do, is to take this back plate off, okay? From there, you're gonna see this rubberized stopper, okay? So what this does, and I'm gonna come around over here. I think yes, I do. So hopefully we'll be able to set this up right. So we're gonna get up here. As you can see, there's a rail all along the side of both of these, okay, inside. There's kind of a track. And this rubber stop goes in the back of this track, literally right here, okay? Hopefully you guys can tell that. And what that is that's just factory, just to keep a back stop, so that way if these things ever got loose, it wouldn't push these back plates off. So these are definitely snug in there. So what I did is I just took the same screwdriver, put the microfiber cloth right in front of it, and just work the screwdriver in and just pop these out. They come out pretty quickly, but you do have to be gentle, because if you do slip, you will scratch the paint of your car. So be gentle there. So once that's done, if I can find, where's the other tool that I have? Well, anyways, I'll walk through this, but as you can see, there's now 2 screws on the top of the crossbar, and there's also this connector that's on the wrong side, because this is the point that goes into the railing. But this would be flipped over here, and all you do literally is just unscrew this. You loosen up these 2 screws right here. You do it on both sides, okay? And then literally this thing will shimmy out. What I did first was only loosen this part, and I didn't loosen the screws, and I was going back and forth between both sides of the car trying to heave this thing out. Don't do that. I definitely got to a point where I didn't feel comfortable, and I was like, there's got to be an easier way. Obviously there's 2 other connection points, so I should have just gone ahead and unscrewed those first. So make sure you loosen these up first. Once you get that done, then you should be able to shimmy these off fine. And when you get to the back of the car over here, when I first went ahead and took care of this, but you will see, hopefully it's not too dark, but there's some other notches in the back that'll get stuck. They're not going to stop you from pulling anything out, so just gently loosen it, okay, once it gets off the track, and just pull the rail, and the thing will slide right off. Whichever side, so I pulled it off from here. I just put my microfiber cloth again back over here, so that way, just in case it pulled out on that side, the crossbar would fall on the roof of the car and hopefully just be protected. And you just want to make sure you don't pull so you don't hurt your shark fin navigation super duper antenna. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead, show you guys the rest of this removal, and we're going to shimmy it on the way back, and hopefully this helps you guys take off at least your factory crossbars to get ready to install the new crossbars you plan to put on your 5th gen 4Runner. So apologies right now if the audio is crap. The ghetto bird has been flying around here for a little bit, but essentially all we're going to do is go ahead and loosen up these 2 screws just a little bit, untighten this, and then you'll see there's going to be a little bit of play. We'll go ahead, we'll do it on the other side, and then all you got to do is just shimmy this off the railing, and we'll be done. Simple. Go ahead, and you can just take this all the way off. Perfect. And that's that. And then once you go ahead, you get the other side, the rack will move pretty freely. Now that you got the rack off, you can go ahead and we can put on the back plates, and then we're ready to go ahead and put our crossbars on. So we don't need to put this back on, this rubber piece, just because the new bars that we're going to put on, they're going to go around the side bars instead of going into the tracks like these ones did. So there's no need to put these back in. We're gonna go ahead and put this back plate on. I got the other one attached already, and hopefully you guys will be able to see with my headlamp. So right here, okay, we're gonna go ahead and you're gonna put the back part in first, seat that down, and then just press into place. You gotta find the spot. There you go. You'll hear the click. Boom. And now that's not moving anywhere. We got the other one on as well. Both are on, and now we can go ahead and set up the install for our new racks. Okay, so now that we have our factory racks off the 4Runner, we're ready to go ahead and start the install for our new racks, which I'm going to do in a separate video. But just so you know, I prefer to keep my rack, the factory rack, just in case I need to put it back on. God forbid anything were to happen to these, even though all the racks on the market right now, you can find Yakima, Thule, and Rhino Rack. So there's some other manufacturers out there too. They make some really great systems that you're never going to have a problem with. So, you know, you can either decide to keep them or sell them. These will definitely go for a hot penny. I don't know how much they go for, but there will be somebody who would want to pick these up. So just keep all the hardware. I went ahead and I just marked which one was the back one, so it made it easy to grab, but it's marked here. This is the left rear, right front, left front, okay? Pretty standard, pretty easy when you go ahead and get rid of these and sell these for somebody else to go ahead and install them, walk them through it. And in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys, here's a little glimpse of the new rack system that we're going to put on. But this Yakima Timberline Streamline system, okay? So I got these Timberline towers and Jetstream crossbars, which are their higher end crossbars, and I'll explain why I got them in the next video. Now the whole goal for these, especially in the 4Runner, right? What's the whole point of putting a rack on top? It's a little bit more capable. Well, I'm going to be putting on something a lot larger on top here, and the factory rails just weren't going to do it. And that's actually going to be a kayak. I'm planning on purchasing my first kayak, so this kind of goes back to the whole fishing part of my channel. But I wanted to go ahead and beef up what I had on top of the car, get something that I felt a little bit more comfortable putting a larger boat on, because I'm looking at something between 11 and 13 feet. And on the truck itself, the factory crossbars, they probably will do just fine. I've seen other people online talk about transporting a kayak on their 4Runner, but I figured that it could not hurt to go ahead and beef these up. So I'll leave you guys on that note. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Also too, if you've done this before and you have any other tips for other people, definitely share them, just so that way we can all kind of collaborate and share some different ways that worked for you guys, better or worse. And in the next video, I'll see you guys installing this bad boy. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I will see you guys next time.